Good morning everybody, Lisa here for Picket Fence Studios. Today I have got the June 2022 release video for you. Lots of really fun and lovely things to share, so let's get started. Okay, so I thought I would start off with all the new cute sets for this month. So there are a few sets which are themed around, I guess, around princesses, unicorns, so they have a magical theme about them. The first of which is this absolutely adorable set here. This is called My Pet Unicorn Deer. So it's part of the deer range that Picket Fence Studios has, which I absolutely love. I always enjoy seeing what comes out as a part of that range, and they're usually a really good size stamp. I don't know the exact measurements of this, I haven't measured it, but it is a really good focal point on a card. So you can of course build a scene around it with maybe something that I'm going to show you next, but of course you can colour it on its own. It will have it does have a coordinating die as well, and it does have a separate word die. So you've got the word die Friends, which you get included with those dies if you decide to purchase them. So really sweet little girl. It said the sentiments are free hugs, I missed you more than words can explain, forever, and good friends add sparkle to life. So one of my favourites from this release, and as I do every month, I'm going to share my cards with you as we go through the video, and also I will be sharing cards from the team as well. So we'll move on now to the next set, which is called Princess Land Deer. So it does have coordinating dies as well. I didn't use this set this month, but as I said previously, I think it pairs really well with the unicorn deer set, and also lots of the other previously released products around rainbows, that sort of thing, will all work really well with these stamps. So this one here is Princess Land Deer. You've got the castle there, you've got a dragon, another little unicorn, and you've got a girl and boy, and of course the accompanying sentiments as well. So I did make a card using My Pet Unicorn Deer, so I'm going to show that now. This is my card. As I did quite a simple scene. I didn't include the castle from Princess Land Deer, but I did use the main stamp, of course, from My Pet Unicorn, and I used the sentiment as well from that set. The clouds are from a previously released stencil. I think it was Cloud Coverage, one of the cloud ones anyway, and I actually cut out a cloud at the bottom as well. This is one of the dies from the mini slimline double stitched, I think, rectangle dies. I think it's included in that. But it's a really, you know, it's a great little addition to not only that slimline set, but of course you can use it on your A2 cards as well. So I actually cut the cloud out. I did some partial die cutting using that die, popped it up, and I had the little girl and her unicorn kind of straddled amongst the clouds. So that is my first card for today. Next up we have this little girl here. She's called Birthday Girl Deer, so that's her on the left. You can purchase coordinating dies for this set as well. So you've got the main image is this darling little girl carrying her flowers. She's got flowers in her hair, and of course she's holding her bunch of birthday balloons. She's got a lovely cake there again with the flowers on it, 3 little butterflies and a dog as well. So such a sweet set. I did make a card with it. You've got 2 sentiments as well. I love you baby girl and happy birthday to you. So this is the card that I made with this set. I decided to do a little bit of rainbow stamping for the balloons, and I just coloured the rest of her in Copics. So quite a simple little scene, I suppose. I included the dog and the cake as well. And the happy birthday is actually from Princess Land Dear. So although I didn't use that main set, I did take one of the sentiments from that and included it on this card. So I've also added some sequins around the little girl and her balloons, and they're from a new sequin mix for this month, which you'll be seeing a little bit later on. So the last of the what I call cute sets for this month is this set here, which is called When Birthday Pigs Fly. Absolutely adorable. It will have dies. I didn't have them. They were a little bit late coming in this month, but they will be available, and so you can purchase dies if you want. So you've got lots of different pigs here which you can stamp and colour in. You've got one here that's flying with balloons, which of course goes with I Just Saw a Flying Pig. You've got these two adorable little ones sitting on their bench with their balloons, and of course no birthday is complete without a cake, so, and you've got two to choose from. So I won't go through every image in the set. You can take a close-up look on the website. And of course I'm now going to share some cards from the team for the sets that I didn't use, but such a sweet little set. And it does have a sequin mix, or there is a sequin mix available this month, which is called Oink Oink. So pairs beautifully with this set for any of you that like to make shakers in particular, but there are some lovely little clay pigs' heads in it, so they will be fantastic embellishments if you decide to purchase this set. Time for some cards from the team now. This first one here from Charlene uses the When Birthday Pigs Fly set. She's created the most adorable shaker card. I love those bold, vibrant colours. And she's used one of the new sequin mixes that I'm going to be showing you a little bit later on, plus the rainbow slimline die from a few months ago. Next up is this super clean and simple card from Daniel. Daniel has also used one of the flying pigs with balloons from that set, and I love the way he's created his scene by using like a birthday confetti strip down the right hand side. I think it's absolutely adorable. And this next one here is from Jen. I absolutely love her little blissful scene that she's created here with that gorgeous cloud background. And of course she's taken two of the pigs from that set and one of the sentiments as well. I just love the kind of happy breezy feel to this card, and of course the absolutely gorgeous colours she's used as well. Next up we have this card from Laura. Laura has used Princess Land Dear on her card, and she's combined it with a stencil that I'm going to be showing you a little bit later on. I absolutely love the combination here. I think the moving air stencil looks fabulous with the castle and the two little kids. It creates a really magical feeling to her card. And next up we have this gorgeous nighttime castle scene from Theory. I absolutely love the way she's created her sky with all the stars and that gorgeous green glow behind the castle. And you see her little dragon in the corner there. I think that's such a perfect card and really evokes the spirit of a magical and maybe slightly spooky birthday. Moving on now to some of the other stamps in this release. This one here is called a Hummingbird Song. There is a coordinating die available for it. Such a beautiful set. I really love this set. I do hope that I'm going to get to ink it up soon, but I'm going to show you some gorgeous examples from the team of this beautiful hummingbird. So you've got the main image, And of course you've got a plethora here. You've got lots of different sentiments to choose from. Her song is about you. Do all things with love. I think there's such lovely sentiments. Listen for her song. You have so much to offer the world. So a really, really lovely stamp set. And as I say, I'll be showing you some examples of that shortly. Next up is this gorgeous stamp set here. This is called Done Adulting for the Day. It might be my favourite, but to be honest, it was hard to choose a favourite this month. There were so many that I loved. But this one here I thought was just evokes such a beautiful, tranquil scene. You've got the little girl sitting on the beach, or I should say woman, sitting on the beach with her big straw hat, a cocktail in her hand and her flip-flops to one side. And I did make a card with it, and I paired it with an previously released stamp set from about 3-4 years ago possibly. So an older stamp set, you may well have it in your stash, which is called You or Wi-Fi. So this is Done Adulting for the Day. You've got lots of sentiments as well. Let's escape, no adulting allowed. Here's to you on this day of celebration. I love this one. You can find me in an oversized hat holding an adult drink with sand in my toes. Absolutely gorgeous. So this is the card that I made. It's a very, very simple scene. You really don't need much, I think, when you use that stamp set. I'm just going to put it down there by the side. So I basically just stamped the girl, the main image from this set, created a mask for her, and then I stamped You or Wi-Fi in the background, and it was just coloured with Copics. So it's a really nice image to just sit and colour with if you've got a spare half an hour. I used a sentiment from this set here, from the main set, but lots of the ones in You or Wi-Fi would go really well with this too. So that is my card for Done Adulting for the Day. Now this set here is called Baby Butterfly Beauties. If you've been a Picket Fence fan for a number of months now, you will remember Butterfly Beauties, which has much larger butterflies in it than this. So you've got a smaller set of butterflies in this stamp set. You've of course got lots of different sentiments to go with them. You've got the outline stamps, and you've also got the solid stamps as well. So you can do a little bit of stamp layering as well. So really, really sweet set. Got some examples with that from the team in a moment, and it will have coordinating dies as well if you want to purchase those. Next up is this set here. This is the final stamp set that I have to show you today. I've got some stencils in a moment, but this is called Just Wanna Have Wine. So you've got 6 different stamps in this set. You can purchase dies as well, but they are mostly quotes or sentiments, whatever you want to call them. You have got the wine bottle there. So this pairs really well with this set that was out a few months ago. So you may remember the BFF Girls Night Out. Well, I think lots of these sentiments go really well with this set. And I think they also go very well with the cocktail stencils that were released possibly the year before last. Some cocktail glass stencils. I've got a card with one of them coming up to refresh your memory, but really, really fun set. Girls Just Want to Have Wine. Wake Up, It's Wine O'Clock. She had a cocktail in her hand and confetti in her hair. So really good fun. As I say, pairs with several of the items already in the shop, and this is the card that I made. So here is the stencil that I was talking about. I think it's called Tropical Drinks Blending Stencil, and I just paired it with the Always Time for a Cocktail sentiment down here on the right, which I stamped, heat embossed and die cut out with the coordinating dies. So had fun making this card. I included some of the crystalline diamonds in the bottom of the glass and a little bit of paper glaze as well on the lemons. So but as I say, those sentiments from Just Wanna Have Wine do fit really well with some of the existing products. So that is the card that I made. Time for some cards now from the fabulous design team. This first one here from Bonnie uses a Hummingbird song as a silhouette. You can see all the beautiful detail in that stamp, particularly against her dark dramatic background, which I absolutely love. I think that is such a pretty blend, and I think it highlights the stamp perfectly. Next up, we have this gorgeous vibrant card from Claudia. Claudia has also used the Hummingbird as a silhouette, but she has used a strip of colour behind the bird to really bring out that detail. She's also used a couple of sentiments from the set, which she's heat embossed on black, and I really think that that helps to create the drama on her card. Absolutely gorgeous. The final card to show you using the Hummingbird is this one from Hijung. She has stamped the Hummingbird in gorgeous rainbow colours to create this slimline card. I think that the way that they've been positioned and the colours really helps the movement on that card, and I think it shows how well you can use the Hummingbird on a slimline card as well as an A2. Next up, we have this card from Emily. Isn't it just so beautiful? She has used the baby butterfly beauties on her card, so she's repeat stamped the solid images, and I love the colour variation within each individual butterfly. I think this is such a gorgeous card, and she has paired it with one of the previously released word topper dies. Next up, we have this oh so pretty card from Karen using baby butterfly beauties. Karen has also repeat stamped the butterflies for her background, but she's used a combination of the solid and the outline stamps, and she has combined it with one of the sentiments from a Hummingbird song. Such a gorgeous card from Karen, really pretty colours as always. Moving on to the stencils now. I've got 4 stencils to share with you this month. So you've got this one here, you can get it in a 6x6 and a slimline as well. This is called Moving Air Stencil, so really good for those scenes that you create. Obviously will work well with lots of the stamp sets that I showed you a little bit earlier, the birthday girl and of course the pet unicorn. But yep, you can get that in a 6x6 and also a slimline. So I've got some samples of that coming up soon. And I do actually have some new paper glazes and paper glaze luxes to share with you too, so stay tuned for those. There's 5 more pots of deliciousness to tempt you. I'm going to cover the next 2 stencils now, the final 2 stencils of the release. Okay, so here we have the slimline stack stencil. I really like this stencil. It reminded me a bit of zebra markings, and I did actually create a card with that in mind. I wasn't happy with my final card, and I want to redo it with some different colours, so I haven't got that to share with you, or perhaps I'm just not brave enough to share that with you. So I am going to do a redo on that card, but I really like the markings in this stencil. I think it's really unique, and of course it's a great background, whatever you want to use it for. It's pretty generic really. It just reminded me of zebra markings. So that is the slimline stack stencil. And here we have a card from Michelle using that stencil. She has created a slimline card. Isn't it just so dramatic, the design? And I think made even more so by her use of one of the new paper glazes called Hibiscus Pink. Such a beautiful colour. I'll be showing you that shortly. And she has combined it with the Just Wanna Have Wine set and one of the previously released girls. Next up, we have this so sweet card from Jen. Jen is using the Slimline Moving Air stencil on her card, and she's combined it with My Pet Unicorn Deer. And I think it shows you how well that you can combine the My Pet Unicorn Deer set with the slimline format. And I love the colours she's used for her background and the little dot detail on the dress. This card here is from Evgenia. She has used the 6x6 moving air stencil and has combined it with iconic Beauty Scarlet from a few months ago, one of my favourite stamps. But just look at that beautiful detail that Evgenia has created on the gloves on Scarlet. Isn't that just gorgeous? So here we have the tile montage stencil. So pretty. As soon as I saw it, I knew I would use this. I love a stencil anyway. It doesn't take much to convince me to use it. And I did make a full front shaker as well, because you know all those pretty sequins need to be used. So this is the tile montage stencil. Absolutely lovely. And this is the card that I made. For my card, I just masked off an area for me to stamp a sentiment in, and the sentiment is from all those birthday candles that came out, I think about three months ago, maybe, I forget, but I hadn't used it and I thought it would go really well in this area. And then I just did some ink blending around that, and I matched my ink colours to the sequin mix that I wanted to use, which is Beach Vibes. That was also a mix that came out, I think it was last month. Absolutely beautiful colours in it, like corals, oranges, and just gorgeous, and some teal blue in it. And I included some iridescent shaker garnish as well, which is a fantastic way to kind of pad out your shaker filling if you don't want to completely fill it with sequins, or you're worried about using too many, then you can just bump it up using some shaker garnish. And I also included some blue birthday candles from the Wishes pot, which came out a month or so ago. So I turned it into a full front shaker using the full front shaker die, which is just so handy. Really easy way to put a full front shaker together. So that is my final card. Stay tuned, because I've got more to share with you from the team, and also I have the close-ups of the sequins and also the close-ups of the new paper glaze and paper glaze luxe. This is actually the 5th stencil from this month's release. I didn't have it to show you live, but here is a picture of the slimline tile montage stencil. So you have it in both the 6x6 and the slimline version. So as I said before, such a pretty design. I do have an example coming up now to show you from the team using this stencil. And here is the card. This is a slimline card from Thierry. I said it was a pretty stencil. It really is so gorgeous. I love the colours, of course, and she's combined it with the word topper die from last month, which she has added over a vellum strip just to help those words pop. But such a pretty design and a beautiful slimline card. I've got a couple of dies to share with you now, the standalone dies. I didn't have them to show you live as they were a little bit later coming in, but I wanted to include them here. This one here is the A2 Lines of Interest cover plate die. Isn't it just so fun with all those abstract shapes? I do have a sample to share with you coming up in a moment, which shows it in all its glorious detail. And we also have a new word die for you. This is a slimline word die and it is called You Deserve to Be Spoiled. So great sentiment, suitable for lots of cards, and I have got a card to share with you using that die as well. So here we have the card using the A2 Lines of Interest cover plate. This is from Michelle. She has used it as a backdrop to her birthday card using Birthday Girl, which I showed you earlier. But I think this is a really good die for so many occasions. Very good for masculine cards. Great for die cut inlay as well if you wanted to use that. But I love how Michelle has used this as a super fun backdrop to her birthday card. And here we have this so fun card from Sarah using the slimline word die. Now she's used it on an A2 card. She's separated the words out, showed you how versatile this die is. So you can use it on all formats of cards because you can separate those words out. And she's used it in conjunction with the Birthday Pig set that I showed earlier on. Moving on now to the new paper glazes this month. It's been a while since we've had any new colours of paper glaze to share with you, but we have two this month. This first one is called Hibiscus Pink. Such a beautiful colour. I have got a card to share with you coming up in a moment. And this next colour here is called Huckleberry Blue. Another beautiful colour. Just love the paper glazes. And I have got a card to share with you using this one as well. But I'm going to cover the 3 paper glaze luxes with you first before I show the cards. First up, we have this gorgeous white luxe called Arctic Fox. So pretty, as the luxes contain lots of mica in them. That's how they are different from paper glaze. They have a similar consistency, but you do need to stir them thoroughly before you apply them onto your project. That way you get the full benefit of all the gorgeous mica. So that first one is Arctic Fox. The next one is Spanish Moss. Such a beautiful sort of bluey green grey colour, hard to describe but really stunning in real life. The final new luxe is called Turquoise Jewellery, another absolutely stunning colour. They all are, to be honest. I think they add a wonderful touch of luxury to any project that you use them on. A few cards to share with you now. This first one here from Sarah uses the tile montage stencil, and she also uses the Huckleberry Blue paper glaze. I'm not sure how she's created this card. I'm going to have to read her blog post to find out all about it. I think possibly she's used Arctic Fox on this card as well. I just love the 2 different layers. I think it's so striking. A really pretty card. And here we have a card and a matching tag from Claudia, again using the tile montage stencil. Claudia has used the Hibiscus Pink paper glaze on both of her projects. It's such a pretty colour, isn't it? And I love how she's coordinated it with that darker sort of pink red cardstock as well. And she's of course combined it with a couple of the quotes from Just Wanna Have Wine. And last but not least, 3 sequin mix plus mixes to share with you. This first one is called Oink Oink. I mentioned it a little bit earlier in the video. So cute with the little pig faces, which are clays, and there are also some clay stars and some gorgeous clear sequins. Next up is Pretty in Pink, another super gorgeous mix with some darker pinks. You've got some flowers in there. You've also got some lovely little clay butterflies. And here we have unicorn sparkles. So this one contains some pink unicorns. You've got some silver shaker garnish in there, along with some pink sequins as well. Another beautiful mix. And that brings us to the end of this month's run through of the new release. I hope you've enjoyed seeing all the new products and of course the cards from the teams. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful day.